So that leads me to my second point, which is discernment. Once again, pay attention to how your body and spirit reacts around certain people and places. Always listen to your intuition, that inner knowing. For me, headaches are a major trigger of mine. That is my top signal in knowing when to walk away from a person. Everyone has something different, but you have to pay attention to how your body reacts. And you cannot sacrifice your peace for anyone. I don't care how good they look. I don't care how wet their wop is, how big their peen is. If they're disrupting your peace, your inner well-being, your mental being, you need to cut their asses off. You cannot be afraid to walk away from people, especially if God is giving you the signs to do so. You cannot let anyone interrupt your calling, and you especially cannot go around chasing people trying to prove your worth to them. Those people are not intended to stay. And God will restore and renew once you let them go. Like I said, you have to have space. You have to create space for God to do the work. And you can't do that if you have people or someone sitting in that spiritual space for you. So it has to be free and open. Cutoff season is a part of your destiny. You shouldn't have to constantly reel people in and bait them to stay. So it's important for you to be discerning of everyone that you meet and their intentions. It's what they don't say that you have to pay attention to, because they will constantly string you along, and then here you are wasting your best days with someone who God only intended for you to learn a lesson with, and that's it. I'm never ever going to go against my Creator. So if the people surrounding me are pulling me away from God, if they're pulling me away from my purpose in life, causing a disruption in my life, I am going to cut them off, and you should too. I made that commitment. So if anyone is causing me to act out of discernment in that specific area, I have to let them go. So you have to be mindful of the company that you keep around you. If they're not leading you in a righteous way or pouring into you the way you pour into them, know that these are all cues in moving forward and letting them go. When you're mentally solid and you know yourself, it aggravates the shit out of people because it's nothing that they can do to disrupt your peace. These are people who are fighting with themselves. They're fighting their own demons, and they're trying to deflect that energy onto you. Especially if you're a person, if you consider yourself a healer or a light worker, you just have that nurturing energy. People who are broken and people who are often dealing with really crazy demons, they will gravitate towards you for healing because they can sense your energy, and the only thing that they're going to do is just constantly take from you and siphon you until you're left with nothing else. And that's why it's so important, again, to be discerning and recognize, hey, is this person really pouring into me the way I'm pouring into them? And God, what are you showing me? Should I move on from this person? Because God will give you the answers. But if you love yourself so much, it's going to be so easy for you to walk away from toxic and narcissistic people, especially ones with extremely poor behaviors, because you will continue to choose yourself every single time because you know better. And it's okay to be cutthroat about it. Those are people, once again, who are just mad because you're choosing to truly value yourself and hold yourself at high honor. And it's nothing that they can do to knock you off balance. Like I said, they're going to come and try, but there's nothing that they're going to be able to do. The only thing that they can do is just talk shit. So just let them talk shit. Because once you get those messages, once you get those spiritual downloads, and you know your intuition tells you to cut that person off so you can move into the next chapter of your life, cut the cord.